Hey, what's up to the guys out there in high vibes? In today's video, I just want to talk about the agents and the illusionists and the gestures of the Matrix. So basically, like I always want to do, just get right into it right away. So these people, these agents, like who are they? It's like, oh, I know who they are, but do you know who they are? When I talk about agents or the illusionists or the gestures of the Matrix, who are these people? So basically, these people are, gestures, the illusionists. And what do they deal? When we talk about the ego and the illusion and these agents, these agents are just illusionists and gestures because the snake deals with illusions and trickery and lies and deception. Because when you're not on your path, what are you doing? You're living in the illusion. The snake will give you the illusion of feeling good, feeling happy, but you're not really happy because you're not being really true in tune with spirit. See, when you're in tune with spirit, you're living the real life, not a fake life. So when you tune back into spirit, you're going to see how your life changes because spirit is the real truth. These snakes and these basically these agents are illusionists and they're on the sidelines. See, when you're on your path and you're living the right way with spirit, you're not following the illusions and going down the rabbit hole, going down the negative spiral that these people plan out for you, and where it leads to a dead end. It doesn't lead anywhere. When you get right with spirit, you're gonna see how your life changes, and you want to turn up because when you turn up, you're gonna start seeing these agents for who they are. You're gonna see how they try to run scripts on you. You're gonna see how they try to make you follow the wrong route. They're gonna try to. You'll see how they try to tempt you with certain things. You'll see how basically how they tempt you with the illusions of the snake and the ego of the deception. So when you start to tune into those types of things, you're going to see, how your life changes. But, when you're on your path, so basically these people, what they'll do, they'll come into your life basically, say you're starting to turn up, right? And you're really trying to turn up to make your life a better way. These people, they're on the sideline, they're part of the sideshow of life, when we talk about behind the scenes and certain things like that, these agents are the ones, trying to work behind the scenes because they're dealing with the illusions. When you watch a magic trick, what are they doing? They're showing you an illusion. They're showing something fake to deceive you, to manipulate your mind into believing in something that really hasn't happened. But when you tune back into spirit and you get that spiritual eye activated, you start to see these deceptions for what they really are. You're not actually believing like, oh my gosh, what do they just do? It's like, no, you're like, oh, I see right through their lies. I see through their deception. You'll start to see their programs, all the certain little cycles that they have, all the different programs that they have, because they deal with the illusions. And what is the illusion? The man-made matrix is the illusion that they have created to put people in to entrap you through, different, they like to use numbers, all sorts of different things because they learned about how the matrix worked. So what do? They take the things from spirit that they learned that through certain experiments, through their own observations, they took it and they flipped it upside down. And they made it into an illusion. They made it into a show for everybody. Now they got everyone watching TVs and getting everyone boxed in, basically, into their minds. What does the mind do with illusions? But when you start to use your mind in the right way and get your spiritual activated and put your Trinity in motion, that's when you basically start to get things to a whole nother level. That's when you start to get activated to a whole higher level. You don't have to take my word for it, but if you really want to put in the work and see what I mean, you're going to see it. You can watch a video and be like, oh, that sounds great, and all this stuff, but you have to put in the work so that you actually get to experience. What's the point of hearing something if you don't put in the work? It's like when the ego hears about it, and then the ego's like, oh, that sounds nice. But the ego doesn't want to put in the work. The ego just wants to hear about it. The ego's just like, oh, I just want to feel good about it. I just want to hear something like that. But true spiritual people, they know that they have to put in the work, because when you put in the work, basically, that's going to help you build momentum so that way you can rise on up to a whole new stage of consciousness, because that's what it's about. It's not about dealing with the illusions. You're supposed to be able to see these people for who they are because they're going to be there, and you want to be able to see their trickery, their illusions, see how they're trying to run scripts on you, basically, because they're doing all sorts of stuff. And the funny thing is, eventually, you get to the point where you don't have to do anything. They come to you, basically. You could be just sitting there, and they start following you around. They're sitting there trying to get you back into cycles because you're so high in vibes, and they're trying to get you back down in the lower stages of consciousness because they're afraid of what your potential is as a spiritual person. They don't want you to realize how powerful. Well, like like I said, it comes from spirit, but like they don't want you to realize how much potential you have as a spiritual person to make a difference in the world by changing yourself. See, when you change yourself, that makes this world a better place, because when you change your vibration, it resonates outward. It's that inner light, as within, so without. So when you do that, it's gonna make your life a whole better, and it's gonna help other people too. It's like, why not make people happy and make them smile? Why not change the world for a better place? These people don't want that. They want you to dwell with your ego and have you get into fights, to laugh at you. They'll get you mad, all these things. But when you tune to the spirit, that's gonna make your whole life a lot better. You know why? Because it's the right way to live. It's the true way, not the illusion way. You don't want to live like these snakes out here, because you're not going to be happy. Because the snake will make you believe that you're happy by doing negative things. Because the snake deals with illusions. You got to tune into your spirit and see these people for who they are. They're the jesters of the Matrix. These agents are jesters. They'll be, once you get in a high enough vibration, you'll be like, oh, these people are just jesters in my life. At first, they're going to be your adversity, but eventually you get to a certain point where you keep on raising up. They just become the sideshow of your life. They become your entertainers. Instead of them trying to get you to be entertained by watching the TV, you're entertaining yourself to see their deceptions and their lies. You start reprogramming yourself to basically do, better things for your life, because what is it that you should be doing with your life? Raising up in higher stages of consciousness, because when you do that, that's going to make your life better. You don't want to live in an illusion, because when you're living in an illusion, you're living a lie. And what is lies? The snake. And also, what I also want to talk about is be honest. Don't live a lie. Live the true way, because when you live, excuse me, I had an air bubble. But anyways, when you live a lie, you're not truly happy. If you ever lied to somebody, or if you had someone lie to you, does it really feel good that, say if you had someone close to you and you trusted that person and they lied to you, does that make you feel good that someone lied to you? So would that make you feel good knowing that people lie to you all the time, or there's people that are being snakes, deceptions? When you have a bunch, say if you're still in the underworld and you have friends that you think that you're true friends, but they're just egos, in the end, those people are just snakes. Those people are just still dealing with the underworld. They're dealing with the illusions. So if you're trying to raise up and you're still in the underworld, you want to raise on up, and you're going to see how these people are just illusionists. Even the LLAs are illusionists, because they'll tell you that you're friends, but who's really going to be there? Spirit's going to be there for you. You know why? Because spirit takes care of those who take care of it. And that's the truth. You want to put your spirit first, because when you put your spirit first, spirit's going to take care of you, because spirit sees that. Spirit wants to help you. Spirit wants to make you rise up, and spirit loves you. You got to understand that spirit's there for you for a reason. There's a spirit inside of you to raise on up for a reason. You just can't be living a lie in this world, because you know how, to be honest, I even just want to talk about this real quick. These agents, they're sick. Some of these agents are downright, if you've ever heard the stories, I'm sure some of you that are watching this video, if you've heard the stories, these people, it's people like certain celebrities and stuff, and all these different people, they've done human sacrifice. They've murdered children, to bring demons into this world. It's like, why wouldn't you want to turn up and make your life better and not live an illusion way? Because you never know. I'm not saying that even if you are in LA, or some person that's dealing with the ego still, you become one of those people. You never know. The ego can bring you down into the rabbit hole further and further. But that's why you want to turn up, because you want to be one of these people that are sick and disgusting. Because when you get older, the snake, if you don't tame it, it controls you, and it makes you start to get sick in your mind. It makes you sick to the point where you start to do things that you, in your true self, your spiritual self, you would never do, because you know what's right and wrong, because you're seen with the spiritual eye. But when you have that serpent eye and it starts to coil up your spine and penetrate your spiritual eye, that's when it starts to give you the illusion. It starts making you think sick thoughts and things in your life. And these people that are old, and some of these people, we got elder agents out here, we all get different type of agents. These people are sick. They do a bunch of nasty shit in this world to bring these demonic energies in. It's like, why don't you want to turn up and make this world a better place? If you did hear these stories, why wouldn't you want to turn up to make this world a better place? Why would you want to still live in the illusion and, possibly become one of these people? Because, if you're dealing with the ego still and you're still in the underworld, you have a chance of going down that route, Because if doesn't mean you will, I'm just saying, just get on your path, tune into spirit, because these people are nasty out here, you know, and they since they live in illusion so much, they actually enjoy themselves when they do this type of stuff. They can kill somebody, or you know, I'm not naming anybody out there, but these snakes out here, you know, whoever they are, you know, if you start to tune in and really see with your spiritual light, whoever these people are, some of these people could go, you know, do all sorts of nasty stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but you can do your inner and outer search and your research on this type of stuff. You don't have to take my word for it, but when you start to see things between the lines and see what these people really are, it's like, do you really want to live your life that way? Do you really want to tune into the snake? Tune into your spirit, because the snake deals with the illusion. You just become a jester. You're not living right. You know, you're living a lie. You're not truly happy. It's giving you the illusion. You know, you tune in the spirit, you know, that's going to change your life. That's what's going to make the difference in this world. The snake doesn't make the difference. The snake makes the world want to come into a world of chaos. You know, the snake's there to bring you down into a maze where you can't find your way out. Spirit's trying to get you out of that maze back to your home. It's like, imagine if you were in a big giant ass corn maze and all you had was your snake sitting there. You want to go back to you want to go in loops. You don't want to ever get out of here. But Spirit's trying to be on your right side and be like, hey, I'm trying to get you out of here, but you just won't want to listen to me. You know, you want to tune into your spirit so you can make it out of there. It's like, I just don't get why some people out there just want to, you know, make that change. Even if you're new to my channel, if you haven't taken the time to really go within, take some time to meditate. You know, go within. You're gonna see how your life changed. You know, you don't have to believe me, but you know, this stuff's real. You know, your life is not a game. You know, you don't want to gamble with your one chance to truly leave this place, because if you don't leave this place, you're going to be, you know, in a world of chaos. You know, you don't want to be in that. You know, it's not fun. If you have had a life where you know, basically had like really like chaotic shit happen, do you think it's really fun to, you know, have your mind spinning around and doing all this shit? You know, it's like, and going crazy and you can't think and you're all stressed out and you're losing your hair and all this stuff. Do you really like that? Like, do you really like enjoying the fact that you're going crazy in your own mind? Why not get right with spirit? Because spirit's going to help you clear that mind by meditating, going within, journaling, doing these things. It's going to help you release that tension. It's going to help you by doing that, you're going to help tame your snake and make this world a better place. These agents are illusionists, and they don't want you to realize what you can do in your potential as a spiritual being. And I can't say it enough, you know, these people are just illusionists, you know, they're tricksters, you know. They're doing all sorts of stuff, and if you're not being conscious, you know, it's like in the TV, you know, when you're being entertained, you know, when you're not being conscious of something, you know, they're doing all sorts of trickery, you know, subliminal program, you know, different, you know, sexual program, and all these different types of programs get you into a lower state of consciousness where you can't break free. You know, they want you to stay in those lower states. Why is that? You know, because when you truly go within and you feel, when you get in tune with spirit, you know, and you have that love inside of you and you become more balanced, you know, your life's going to change. And that's what makes the difference in this world. The snake doesn't want to make the difference. The snake wants to divide and conquer. And if you're not taming yourself, what are you doing? You're dividing, you're conquering yourself from the people that truly love you, you know. It's like, come join us at reprogramthematrix.com. You don't have to take my word for it, but, you know, we have a lot of love for each other, and we take care of each other, you know, and we're going to do a lot of great things in this world. But you have to make that change as well, you know, and it starts with you making that change. If you're new to my channel, but the true connects already know, you know, we're coming together, you know, there's balance in this world, and we're going to make that change. And I hope that you make the change as well. So peace and out with my high aspirations, my full love, and my full gratitude.